No, you're good right there. Hello, it's me, Shay Johnson. I'm going live again. I just did a live with Jason, who is my hairstylist.
Hey, y'all.
But we're going to tap on a few things again because I was told several people couldn't hear what we were saying. And I want to make sure that you're able to hear everything that we were talking about. I spoke with a couple people today. I spoke with my makeup artist. I spoke with my business partner, Julian, and Makeup by Barbie, and they spoke on fibroids, but those two were never familiar with fibroids until they figured out that I had it. But now we're going to talk to, again, we're just going to go, we're going to make this a little quick, but we're going to talk to the hairstylist, which is Jason.
Hey y'all, here back again.
All right, so let's try to do this again. Okay, Jason, when we were talking, you said you were familiar with fibroids.
I was.
Tell us why you were familiar with fibroids.
Well, my mother, she experienced fibroids, and both of my cousins have fibroids and endometriosis. My best friend, she's African. She has fibroids. I watched a Dr. Oz show 6 or 7 years ago, and the topic was on fibroids. Who knew? And that's when I found out that eating parsley was a holistic way that helped shrink the fibroid, stop the blood flow to the fibroid. And for whatever reason, I always held on to that information, and I passed it on to women in my life. I mean, I'm a hairstylist. I'm around women 24/7, black women 24/7, and yes, sir.
And it's funny you say black women because fibroids exist mostly in African American women.
I don't know a white woman that has it.
I know several white women that have it. It occurs in women around the world, period. No matter what culture, that doesn't matter. But for some reason, it's very high in African American women. So, you said your two cousins, your mother, and then
friend.
you were watching something that said parsley helps shrink fibroids, correct?
Helps shrink it, stops the blood flow. I had a friend who actually, when I watched the show, I told her about it. She was going to have a surgery. From the fibroids that she had, her stomach was swollen. Like, her stomach was huge because of the mass and the cyst that was inside. So even though she still had to get surgery on that fibroid, what happened was the doctor had asked her if she did anything different because the other fibroids that she had shrunk. They didn't go away, but they had shrunk. They weren't as massive as it was before.
Why is that?
She, at this point, I would honestly say, if I can remember, probably was about 2 to 3 months into a regimen of her food, introducing the parsley on a regular basis. She was low-key going ham on the parsley.
So she was going ham on the parsley.
She was.
And we basically, you believe that's what helped shrink her fibroids.
It did. I mean, first of all, healthy eating, healthy living is going to take care of you more so than anything else. But,
that's my motto.
That is definitely one of the things, and probably now expose many more things that will actually. Two of my children so white.
It's okay. Well, what I will say, that's good. The parsley helped her. I don't know anything about parsley, but I'm definitely into. I'm already into health and wellness. So I'm into anything natural. And I know back in the day we didn't have CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, pharmacies. So we didn't have the FDA approved pharmaceutical companies. They approve all of these different products. And I know that we've always had the natural herbs that's been around. So that could be a possibility. It works. What I do understand is you have to learn your body because everything doesn't work for everybody. So what worked for her, what worked for her might not work for everyone. But it's good to know that that's a possibility of a way to shrink fibroids. But I know a way to remove fibroids without surgery because I didn't have that option. That's why I work with USA Fibroid Centers. That's who we're live with right now with the Shay Johnson live takeover.
Thank you. Because
you sing my commercial.
I have seen the commercial many, many, many times. And I think it's great because women need that. They need the exposure, they need the support, they need other women who can let them know, like her, hey, it happened to me.
Right.
Knowledge is power. And people can feel very lonely when it comes to having situations like this.
And we need support from men.
You big time need support from men because we have to be the ones to help carry you through.
Come on now.
A woman who's told that she can't have kids could feel so many type of ways, but a man who supports her through that can help carry her through. And sometimes that's the thing that helps too. So get your your life together.
I'm glad you made that correction.
Uh-huh.
Well, it was good talking to Jason. I'm glad you gave us that information. It was very informative with the parsley. But I work for USA Fibroid Centers, and anybody that's looking to remove fibroids non-surgically, look into UFE, USA Fibroid Centers. They're located in several different locations in the U.S. All you have to do is go to their website. But they do have an option, again, UFE, uterine fibroid embolization, where they can remove your fibroids without surgery. And I didn't have that option because the doctors didn't present that to me. You want to know why the doctors didn't present that to me? Because it costs more money to cut me open for a myomectomy or hysterectomy than it does just to non-surgically remove my fibroids with a UFE. So instead of allowing women to know all of their options, they'll give you the minimum options they want you to go with.
Of course, and that's what happens when you're in the world of don't care.
Yeah.
Everything's ruled by money these days, and people don't care about
It's
what happens to you beyond that point, and why do you have to even go there in the first place? You know.
And keep in mind, with my myomectomy that I had done, if I ever decide to conceive a child, I was advised that I can't conceive a child vaginally. I have to have a cesarean because of my myomectomy. And I was told this information after I had my surgery. So my job is to just basically make sure you know all of your options, you know. Maybe try that parsley my friend just gave you.
Listen, it couldn't hurt.
It can't hurt.
And your breath won't stink.
It can't hurt. So I hope this live was informative, because it was just good to know that somebody, a man, from a man's perspective, was familiar with fibroids, and he had to deal with it with his family member. So thank you for speaking on that situation.
Yes, but thank her.
Give a shout out to USA Fibroids.
Yes, shout out to USA Fibroids for saving Black women's lives all around the world, because they needed you and they got you, and so here you go.
There you have it. Until my next live, I'll be back in a few hours. Mwah. That was great.